Let's go to the Museum of Us.
Here you go, mister. I don't want it anymore.
Oh, introductions, duh. This is my wife, Jasmine. They use they, them, and I'm Alyssa. I use she, they. Anyway, back to the plot. Let's go to the Museum of Us. The library was hosting a reading challenge, and to mark the end of the reading challenge, they were giving free tickets to the Museum of Us with proof of library card, which is free to sign up, by the way. There you can spy our mascot for the San Diego Public Library. It's so fun to see the library and our museums collaborate. They had a stand where you could get bags if you were 10 or under. Unfortunately, I am not 10 or under. However, they also had free books, a book exchange, tons of handouts, and all of the future events, as well as a really cool arts and crafts section that you're seeing there where they were doing nesting dolls. The Museum of Us used to be called the Museum of Man, and it went through a update in 2020, and you can see some of the updates there as that mural, as well as updated information on the Maya section and an addition of an exhibit on the oppression at the border between California and Mexico, but that kind of extends also across the border of Mexico and the entire United States. It was a really impactful piece, and I think you should check it out in person. They also had a really great updated message from the consultants. This was part of their update initiative, and it was really nice to see. We also learned that Indigenous peoples all over the world, as well as to America, got free admission, no questions asked. And it is also February, which means it is Museum Month in San Diego. That means there's lots of deals. Now, I'm sure a few of you have seen a movie called The Road to El Dorado. That movie is definitely fictional, but the sport that they play in that movie is absolutely real. This game is called Pocket Talk, and it is played by two opposing teams, and they are generally shirtless and can wear leather around their waist to protect it, but they wear shorts and they hit a rubber ball with their hips. You can see my service dog being a perfect girl as I learn all about this really cool ancient game that is sort of a mix of soccer or football with American football. But it's way harder. They had video footage of it. Oops, stem break. And it's a lot of groundwork, so I hope you have really good knees and a good lower back because it is tough. They had artifacts as well from different parts of Mexico, and it was really interesting to see how different pieces that I would recognize today were made by nature. Unfortunately, the other side of that coin is, well,
White supremacy again.
yeah, that'll be a running theme today. Also, peep the sensory friendly mornings. They also had a whole book area and like chill quiet area called the Monsters Clubhouse inside of the museum, where you could do arts and crafts that they had at the tables or read books, and you can check them out, which is really nice. The next exhibit we went to go see was Post Secret. Now, this one was kind of wild because it included real life secrets that people submitted. And, well, let me just show you around a little bit. This is an immersive exhibit that includes secrets from all over the world, but also has a whole San Diego section. And you can see a couple of the secrets here. Some of them varied from funny and lighthearted to quite intense, and it was nice because they had all of these different ways of engaging with the secrets, and it was just a really interesting exhibit to experience. One thing that I really love about the Museum of Us is that it is a pretty thoroughly interactive and hands-on museum, which I think is something that helps me learn a lot. Oh man, look at these little secrets. Ugh, and people created these arts and did collages. It's interesting to see so many secrets that people felt the need to release into the world that, varied from, I think my baby might be ugly and I'm worried about it, to some that were so dark or so heavy on their soles. At the end of the exhibit, this little piece took my eye. It is an old-timey flash tattoo sheet. If you know anything about us, we love tattoos. If you don't know anything about us, add it to the list. It's photo booths and tattoos, okay? That's what we like in this house. Next, we'll be taking a stroll down Privilege Place, which is where I fit in because I am white and that is a lot of privilege. This is part of their racism exhibit, and I think it's really important to be teaching this at all ages. This little info dump comes from how people migrated around the world, starting in Africa. How'd they get to Australia? How'd they get there? We don't know, or maybe we do know, but I'm not a scientist. As an American and someone who is actively trying to be an accomplice to the global majority, I think this is a great exhibit and a really good starting place for education. Just a little pop outside on the second floor. It is bright.
It's so bright outside, but we're gonna go back inside, so I'm gonna switch my glasses.
The next exhibit is about our life with pets, and well, you can guess that was something that I was pretty excited to learn about. I think service dogs and service animals in general are so amazing, and how silly to think that it just was a relationship we had with an animal, and now they can smell my heartbeat, they can smell my stress levels, they can do so much. And I think we're really lucky that animals chose us.
Just so you guys know, at the end of this, there is like a semi-curtain.
This exhibit had artifacts of tools we use to keep pets safe, to decorate pets and pests, and traveling the world with cockroaches and pigeons, or learning about matching people to their dog and whether or not people really look like their pets. It was a lot of fun, and again, super interactive, which was really great. Another segment of this exhibit is how animals become food. And this is the section that can get kind of triggering. But first, let's look at history of national dishes and what was most popular in all of these times. This was such a cool visual exhibit. Behind the dining portion of the exhibit, they have two videos. This one was not working, which was okay by me. These videos had 4 buttons, and they described different ways that animals become food. It is just as gory and violent as you think, so just be careful if you have kiddos, because they are at pushing height. A San Diego special, let's learn about the Kumeyaay people. Part of the update in 2020 was removing items that were deemed inappropriate to share. Across the street, we got into cannibals, myth and reality, and this was such a silly opening because I think a lot of us has been exposed to the idea of cannibals, but I actually learned from this exhibit that it was a lot of racism. This game was harder than it looks, and the pieces were really icky looking, and I eventually got the forearm out and I had to put it back because it was so gross. I don't think I'm making it as a cannibal. Here we have an interactive exhibit where we had to draw straws, and unfortunately,
Britain, it's the shortest, so she has to die. This one was mine. It's the second shortest. I have to kill Britain.
turns out cannibalism has been a long-time white people thing, so I took an assessment here to see what sort of cannibalistic apothecary remedy I would be recommended.
Pain or clumsy? I'm in
Pain.
Dang!
You're not that clumsy.
I mean, I think it's a marginal difference between how clumsy I am and how much in pain I am. It was just nice of them to pretend.
You get mummy dust. doctor?
We spent about 3 hours at the Museum of Us, and it was such a great time looking at all of the exhibits and learning about different pieces of human history and the human future. With February being Museum Month in San Diego, I would definitely suggest going to this museum. It's an easy breezy, beautiful walk. There's a bridge, there's lots of free parking. Let me know, would you go? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join us on our next adventure. Where should we go in San Diego next?